Now, the lowest paid Nigerian worker could benefit from a 66% pay rise should lawmakers approve the controversial tripartite committee report on the minimum wage. CGTN's Kelechi Emekalam takes a look at what a higher salary means to a minimum wage earner, as well as the overall impact of the policy on the economy.
Job Chori has been working as a security guard for the past 5 years in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. He's among millions who earn Nigeria's legally permissible minimum wage fixed at 18,000 naira or $50. With $50 monthly income, Job cannot afford a rental house within Abuja. The nearest he can afford is some 45 kilometers outside the city, which means he will have to spend at least 40% of his monthly pay on commuting to work. And the balance is barely enough to feed his family of 4.
The transportation I spend a day is about 350. So if you calculate, it's about 7,000 to 8,000 naira. So plus the feeding. I'm not talking about feeding now, because the feeding entirely, the salary will not be enough.
The plight of minimum wage earners like Job is the reason for endless labor unrest in Nigeria. Labor unions have been pressing for a raise in minimum wage. At last, a 2-year-long negotiations between government, private sector and labor unions have resulted in a deal where minimum wage could be raised to 30,000 naira or $83. The agreement has been passed on to the presidency for review before sending it to lawmakers for approval. But can Nigeria afford a 62% minimum wage rise amidst a persistent revenue shortfall?
Now you are going to see a massive reaction by the market to this payout. The traders are going to jump up and down and double their price. They will tell you they're receiving their own salary award. And that happened in the 80s when we had Udoji Award. When that award was given to civil servants, the whole prices in the market doubled. And traders said that they're getting their own award.
President Muhammadu Buhari says the review of the tripartite agreement will be expeditious, but he's having a tight rope to walk here. If he reduces the agreed minimum wage by a big margin, he risks rallying laborers against him in the campaigns. Should he agree to the 66% rise, he could end up binding the government in a deal it cannot afford. Kelechi Emekalam, CGTN, Abuja, Nigeria.